Ma'am, you can begin.
I have to begin? Okay. A very good morning to all the parents, all the students, and warm greetings for the festive season, for Diwali. May the new year bring a lot of joys, good health, happiness in our lives. And this pandemic should actually come into the endemic stage. So parents, first of all, thank you so much for all the support that the school has received from each one of you before pandemic, post pandemic, during, not post pandemic, but during the pandemic, especially the doctor parents, the way you helped all of us, the children, the parents, the teachers, during this time, the effort is commendable and we thank you wholeheartedly for that. You had tough times in your hospitals, in your clinics, in your localities by the way of guiding everybody and giving support. And yes, the way flawlessly you added the BBN family into your to-do list was amazing. Thank you so much for that. Coming to the main point of today's meeting, that is the reopening of schools. The government has suggested and told us that we can reopen the school. All the news or the studies which we see on the internet, we see and we hear that it is important for children to come to school now. We were speaking with the other day with Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, the principal scientist to the WHO, and she was very clear in saying that the children are not at all severely or in any way more affected by than the adults. And children who have suffered, with the God's grace, they have recovered easily out of COVID. And of course, some children who are suffering with some diseases already, for them it's a challenge, no doubt. But you know, the cost of not sending the children to school is more than what it will be by sending them to school. Because God forbid they catch COVID, they will be soon all right, and the effects will not be severe on them. That's what the scientists say. And the learning gaps, the socio-psychological gaps which are coming into the children by not coming to school are way more dangerous. So I suggest you all to send your children to school, because after all, if the government has permitted, it has done all its homework and only then permitted us to reopen the schools for you all. As far as the arrangements for the schools to handle COVID situation and children in school, I think we are well prepared. We will follow the physical distancing, and there'll be sanitizers. Teachers and staff members have been fully vaccinated, and then the clean ship, sanitization of building is anyways happening regularly, because children from classes 9 to 10 had been coming from January, and in between they did not come when there was a lockdown, but again they are coming. So they are coming, and God bless each one of them, they are healthy. So in case you have a better suggestion, you may give those suggestions also. And I request you all to volunteer to come and see the arrangements, or even pitch in taking the school forward during the COVID times. We had sent the message on the Google form, and we have received most of the messages, I would say. So Saraswati ma'am, I would request you to display the data that you sent to me for parents to just have a look, the kind of responses we have had. And while you are readying yourself for that, are you ready for that? Or I can start the other point?
Yes, ma'am, you can start. Just 2 minutes. I'm doing it, ma'am.
Sure, sure. So there were some queries as given to me by the Vice Principal, Mrs. Gayatri Kapoor, and I would thank Gayatri for all her support with which she has beautifully taken over the primary school. And I'm getting a lot of good reports about her leadership. So congratulations, Gayatri ma'am, and thank you so much for pitching in the COVID times after Mrs. Narula superannuated, and the school was able to move on seamlessly. So some points which have been offered, which have been given to me are students. First question is, students, those who will attend online classes, will they miss the work done in offline classes? Now, as mentioned in the form, we will have online school, online classes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. No child will come to school, no teacher will come to school. Then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the school will be mainly for revision, doubt clearing, some written work in the offline mode, games, and art, and drawing and singing, etc., so that the socio-psychological skills of the children don't get affected. Nothing new will be taught on these days. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, when children come to school, nothing new will be taught per se. So if you feel that the child is missing out on classes, on teaching, it won't be hardcore teaching like that. But yes, I would say that whatever happens in school at any point of time is very important for overall holistic development of the children. Though academics per se will not happen on these 2 days because many children will not be attending. Now, as I say, as you all see on your screen, total students who participated, that is, who filled up the form for nursery, for transportation provided, 69 have said yes. That is 44% of those who have participated have said yes, they want to send their children if the transport is provided. In case transportation is not provided, 38% of 156 have said that they will send their children. So as you see, around 6% have backed out in case transportation is not provided. Irrespective of transportation provided or not provided, they will send their children is 36%. Similarly, for KG, 161 students participated, and 56, that is 36%, have said that if transport is provided, they will send their children to school, and 30% have said that they will send their children irrespective of the fact that transportation is not provided. 27% have agreed to send their children to school, whether transport is provided, not provided. Similarly, you can see the data for your own child's class and understand the data or the logic or the analysis that has been done by Saraswati ma'am. So I'll just pause for a minute and you can analyze the data for your child's class. So coming back to my points, or the points which were raised by some of the parents. Students, those who will attend online classes, will they miss the work done in offline class? They will miss, of course, the work done in offline classes. The sports activities, the art, doubt clearing, revision, written work, of course they will miss. But then teaching will happen only on teaching of academic subjects, and other activities will continue as per the timetable on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Since some parents are out of station, they need some time to come back. Can they send their wards to school from December? Certainly, yes. Is school meeting 50% capacity of students to attend a particular class? Certainly, 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 yes. The school always, it's very important for us to follow all the guidelines. And we always follow them with the letter and spirit. And as you see, as you just now saw in the data, nowhere it was more than 50% anyways. However, if with the passage of time, this 50% capping, the more children wish to join classes, and we see that the 50% is increasing, we will make alternate arrangements, but at no cost, we will stop following the guidelines, because safety of our children is of prime importance, most importance. What are the provisions of if more than 50% students join the school? Let this situation come. We'll definitely find a way out. And as I said in point number 3, that we will not compromise on these guidelines which are given to us by the government. How will the attendance be marked? The online attendance will be separate, the offline attendance will be separate. And I think it's a time now that we stop bothering about the attendance too much, we as school and you as parents. If child is attending the school, very good. If child is not attending the school for any reason, parents, you know it better, and no issues with that. So if you want your child to be 100% attender, 100% attendance awardee, I think this year, even I did last year, we didn't give this 100% attendance award to anybody, because the times are such. And if we say that this child attended 100% of the attendance, maybe the others were not able to attend because of the reasons beyond their means. So no issues. What will be the mode of examination? The mode of examination, as Gayatri ma'am told me, should be online only, because we don't want to stress out children unnecessarily. But yes, continuous assessment and evaluation will happen, and we'll do it all in the online mode. No evaluation in the offline mode per se. Can school opt for hybrid mode of teaching? Parents, we tried doing this for senior school last month. We expanded our Wi-Fi network, the limit, the bandwidth, and we did offer the data card to teachers who were not able to get into the ambit of the bandwidth. But the problem that we faced was that, first of all, our classroom systems are not geared up for two-way communication. So teachers were teaching with their tripods and other things on, and on that they were placing their laptops and focusing the blackboard. They were writing, and there were 8 to 10 children sitting physically in the class, and there were around 20, 25 children sitting at their homes, and teacher was able to see them on her laptop. Now, children sitting in front, and 8 to 10 in numbers, and whole lot of them sitting or sitting at home, and teacher is able to see them on their laptops. It wasn't a very effective system, because teacher, while teaching, can focus naturally more on the children who are sitting in front. And those pictures are coming in very tiny sizes on her laptop for all her children to see. So first of all, she was not able to attend to both the kind of attendees as she would want to. Secondly, if the child in online mode was asking a question and the teacher was able to hear to that question, but other children sitting in the class were not able to listen to the question. Similarly, if the children sitting in front were asking a question, the others at home were not able to listen to the question. So it wasn't a very interesting way of teaching. We tried, but we realized that it wasn't this effective as it should have been. So I think hybrid mode in our kind of setup, where we are not fully geared up for a two-way communication, is something not very effective. Therefore, it will be absolutely online on 3 days and absolutely offline on 2 days. The next question is, can students attend both online, offline classes? Certainly, yes. They are most welcome on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays in the online mode, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the offline mode. Is it mandatory for the child to opt for offline classes? No, it is not mandatory. That's why we have sought your consent, and based upon your consent only, we will allow children to school if you say yes. Is it optional? Yes, it is optional. It is up to you. But yes, what will happen in online classes? What will happen in the offline classes? I have already communicated. The last question that was posed was, will the school provide transport? Well, to begin with, the school is not in a position to provide transport because we do not have our own buses, number one. Number two, we have to see how many children are coming in offline mode, how many are the transport users, and then only, if feasible, economically, we will renew the contracts or hire buses accordingly. And when we hire buses, there's a lot of compliances that need to be met with. The buses must have the CCTV cameras, they must have the tracking system, the driver's license, fitness certificates of the buses, etc., etc., etc. And if lesser number of children are coming, then the cost of transportation will also increase. Anyways, the cost of petrol is far more than it was in 1920 when the lockdown started. So these are the issues. We are in talks with the transport providers, but let's see, so far we are not in a position to provide the transport. So parents, I understand it's a challenge for you to pick up and drop your children every day to school, but I request you to pitch in. After all, it's only 2 days in a week, and coming to school, back to school with their peers, with their teachers, playing in the ground, all those things, are important for the socio-psychological development of children. So I urge that if you are able to send your child, you don't have any other issue, for example, if at all, I would urge that you send your children. We will look after your children well. But yes, the times are such that nobody can guarantee, but no stone will be left unturned from our side to look after your children. They're our children, their country's future. So rest assured that we will not take any of the safety protocols lightly. And from your side also, do guide your children that they should follow the protocols themselves, and give food to them, give water to them. And then, for example, in case the child is not well or anybody at home is also not well, don't send your children to school, because we don't know what's there. So thank you so much. And I would request Gayatri ma'am to add on in case she has some other thing to add on to what I said. Thank you. Gayatri ma'am, over to you.
I think, ma'am, you have kind of covered all the points, so we can wind up the meeting.
All right. And any of the coordinators, in case parents have asked for some other clarification or you want to add on something, please, you may.
I think, ma'am, the parents should be rest assured that we will take good care of their children, and we will see to it that the learning gaps are minimized and there is nothing that they lose out on. So they should have faith and trust in the school. We are equally concerned about their well-being.
Yeah, so thank you so much, all of you. But still, parents, in case you have any doubt, you can get back to us. And we are here, I would say, for the children, and because of them, we are here. So they are very precious to us. So thank you so much for the patient hearing. I think I've answered all your queries. We wish each one of you a very happy Diwali and stay blessed. Thank you.